Next, we have discussed the important topic row echelon form. Here we are using row elementary operations. Okay. Using the row elementary operations, we can transform a given non-zero matrix to a simplified form called a row echelon form. In a row echelon form, we may have rows all of whose entries are 0. Such rows are called zero rows. In a matrix, one row has all the entries are 0 means that row is called zero row. Okay. A non-zero row is one in which at least one of the entries is not 0. We consider one example. A equal to 125302000. Here these two R1 and R2 are non-zero rows. Non-zero rows because these two rows are having non-zero elements. Then our row 3 is a zero row because all the entries are 0. Do you understand? What is non-zero row? What is zero row? Okay. Good students. A non-zero matrix is in a row echelon form if all 0 rows occur as bottom rows of the matrix and if the first non-zero element in any lower row occurs to the right of the first non-zero entry in the higher row. Here you consider one example, that is A is equal to 123020000. Check whether it is a row echelon form or not. First you check 0 row occurs in bottom of the matrix. Here this is our R1, this is our R2, this is our R3. Okay, so here R3 is a 0 row. So 0 row occurs bottom of the 0 rows occurs as bottom of the matrix. So our first condition satisfied. Next, you consider the second row. Okay, here where non-zero entry is 2. Okay, this 2 occurs in second column, right? Where second row non-zero entry occurs in second column. Then next you consider the first row non-zero entry. So this is our first row non-zero entry. This is our second row non-zero entry. Here our first row, first column element is non-zero. Here our second column entry, second row, second column entry is non-zero. So this second row non-zero entry is right side of the first row non-zero entry. This is our second condition. So these conditions are satisfied means given matrix is a row echelon form. Okay, do you understand students? First condition, you check where non-zero entry occurs in the bottom of the matrix. Next, you check the higher row. This is our higher row. This row is a 0 row. Next, our non-zero higher row is R2. right? This non-zero entry is right side of the first non-zero entry, means this is a row echelon form. Okay, otherwise is not on row echelon form, right? Do you understand, girls? This is very very important concept, so you give more attention. Next, you consider one more example. A equal to 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 7. Here 3 rows and 4 columns are given. So order of this matrix is 3 by 4. Okay, order of this matrix is 3 by 4. Here you check any one of the row is 0 row. No, here 0 row is not given. All rows are non-zero rows, right? Then bottom row, that is a higher row, third row non-zero entry is 7. Our second row non-zero entry is 2. Our first row non-zero entry is also 2. You check, the third row non-zero entry is occurring in fourth column. Our second row non-zero entry occurs in third column. Our first row non-zero entry is occur in second column. So this 7 occurs the right side of the second row non-zero entry, right? Then next step, you check where second row non-zero entry is also occurs to right side of the first row non-zero entry. Therefore, it is also a row echelon form. Do you understand, girls? What are our conditions? First, our 0 rows occur as bottom rows of the matrix. Next, you check the first non-zero element in lower row occurs to the right of the first non-zero entry in the higher row. Okay, do you understand, girls? It is very very important one. Let us see one more example. Consider one matrix A equal to 1, 7, 8, 0, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. Check whether it is row echelon form or not. What is our first condition? Yes, our 0 row occurs always in bottom of the matrix. Here 0 row is not given. So go to the next condition. Our next condition, first you circle the non-zero entries of the matrix. So R3 non-zero entry is 3, R2 non-zero entry is 2, R1 non-zero entry is 1. Okay, check here, our R3 non-zero entry occurs in second column. Then next check where R2 non-zero entry, that entry occurs in third column. So compare these two. Our highest row non-zero entry occurs in left side of the non-zero entry of this R2. So it is not row echelon form. Do you understand, students? Very very important one. First you check every non-zero entries, that is every non-zero rows are occurs in bottom of the matrix. Next you circle the first non-zero row of all the rows, then you compare down to up. Here this is our highest row, this element occurs in column 2, but our second row element occurs in column 3. So this element is left side of this one, so it is not a row echelon form, because this element comes always right side of this element, means this matrix is row echelon form. But our first row non-zero entry occurs in first column, our second row non-zero element occurs in third column. This is right side of this one, R2 entry is right side of our R1, but our R3 entry is left side of R2. Therefore, this condition not satisfied. So, it is not row echelon form. Do you understand what I explained? Yes. First, you check the first row, first column entry is called entry element. Entry element is 0 or non-zero. First element is non-zero, means our first condition satisfied. Next you check below of these non-zero entries are 0. Okay. Next you check the second row non-zero element. The second row non-zero element is right side of the first row non-zero element, means our condition satisfied. You check all the rows non-zero entries, the higher order, means that is our third row non-zero entry occurs right side of this one, means R2, means this is a row echelon form. Otherwise it is not a row